Hello everyone. So today we can go for next ketohexose. So that is one of the monosaccharide which is different to that of glucose. So there will be small difference between glucose and fructose. Glucose is dextrorotatory whereas fructose is levorotatory. So here glucose is particularly named as D plus glucose, and similarly fructose can also be named as, instead of considering plus, we can consider minus, that is D minus glucose. So here if we consider fructose, what is that molecular formula you can write? That is C6H12O6. Even for glucose you will write the same molecular formula, that is C6H12O6. So one is particularly that glucose what we studied, that is before itself, that is named as aldohexoses, whereas this fructose will be named as ketohexose because this is containing 6 carbon atoms with ketonic group. Hence that fructose will be considered as ketohexoses. It is named as ketohexoses. Ketohexoses or ketohexose. So now if you go for source of this particular sugar, so it is sweeter in taste, it will be much abundant in fruits, hence it will be named as fruit sugar. So it is levorotatory. Why it is considered as levorotatory? It can rotate the plane polarized light towards the left side or towards anti-clockwise direction. So it is said to be optically active. So in case if you consider that reducing property, both glucose and fructose are considered as reducing sugars because they contain free carbonyl group. That is, in case of fructose there will be presence of free carbonyl group, that is ketonic group C double bond O, whereas in case of glucose you will get free aldehyde group, that is CHO. Now once you go for the structural formulae for the fructose, different isomers of fructose, so we are specifically considering D minus fructose. Here Fischer has given projection formula for fructose as given here. As you can see here, by considering this molecular formula, totally how many carbon atoms are there? Totally 6 carbon atoms are there. So you have to write 6 carbon atoms one below the another. So in case of this projection formula, in spite of considering this carbon, you can just put the dashed lines. So here we can find first carbon atom is representing primary alcohol, that is CH2OH, and whereas the secondary, that is second carbon atom, is considered as carbonyl group, so that is C double bond O. And here third carbon, fourth carbon and fifth carbon atoms are attached with H and OH on either side of them. So lastly at the sixth position there will be presence of again the primary alcoholic group. So now similar to that of glucose, here we have to give the name, specific name for this fructose, one of the isomer of this fructose. So what is that name for this fructose? We can consider D minus fructose. So D stands with respect to relative configuration of D-glyceraldehyde. So adjacent to the CH2OH, so higher asymmetric carbon atom, which is that higher asymmetric carbon? Fifth carbon atom. So here fifth carbon atom containing H and OH group in glyceraldehyde, that is D-glyceraldehyde, OH group is on right hand side. So in this case also that highest asymmetric carbon containing OH group on right hand side, hence it is also notated by D. So capital D stands for, that is relative to the D configuration of glyceraldehyde. Then it is given with negative symbol because as I told you before it is levorotatory, and it is given the name as fructose itself. And even in case of this fructose also, not only it is existing in the form of open chain structure, even it will exist in the form of closed ring structure. So we can consider even the cyclic structures for the fructose. Where do you get that linkage? That is, in case of glucose we found the linkage between fifth carbon atom and the first carbon atom because it was aldehyde. But here that functional group is present in second position, hence that linkage will be formed between second carbon atom and the fifth carbon atom. So now we are going to get two forms of fructose, one is alpha form and other one is beta form. In case of alpha form, first let me write the CH2OH on left hand side of the second carbon atom. So now I can write carbon, second carbon atom. Now I can make this CH2OH. Here I can consider CH2OH and here there will be presence of double bond O. Now as you can consider here, I will write it CH2OH and here this double bond, one of the bond will be shifted towards oxygen, hence it makes negative charge and it is able to attach with the fifth carbon atom, that is hydrogen. So now the hydrogen of fifth carbon atom getting attached to the oxygen of the second carbon atom. Then after second carbon atom, then which is that remaining? Third carbon atom, fourth carbon atom and fifth carbon atom. Then finally you will write, that is CH2OH. Now we can represent the third, fourth and fifth configurations as it is. Here I can write OH, H, then H, and this side we can write H, OH and OH. Now we had to remove this hydrogen, right? So this is able to link to the second carbon atom. So that will be linkage of oxygen. So here we can write, so here H and here O. So that is linkage between the fifth carbon atom and the second carbon atom through oxygen atom. It results in the formation of hemiacetal cyclic structure. So it is also considered as D minus, of course it is also called as D minus fructose. But another extra thing you should write it here, you should mention it as particularly alpha. So here why we have given that alpha term? So because in alpha fructose, for the second carbon atom, OH group is on right hand side, CH2OH is on left hand side, hence it is representing alpha form. Similarly, if you write the beta form of this fructose, so we can write C, this side there will be change in the second carbon atom configuration. So there will be change in the placement of these two groups. Now OH comes to the left hand side and CH2OH comes to the right hand side. And next rest of the thing will be same as it is. So now here you can write OH, then H, and here H, then OH. And here you can write again H, then it is linked to second carbon atom through oxygen atom. So hemiacetal structure. Now lastly we can get the same CH2OH. Now we can find everything is same except there will be change with respect to second configuration. These two are also isomers but they are differing at second carbon atom. So hence the first structure is called as alpha D minus fructose, whereas second structure is called as beta D. Again it is not plus, it is also minus fructose because both alpha form and beta form are levorotatory in nature. And of course, by considering these Fischer projection formula, now it is easy for us to write the next structure as it is given in case of glucose. Here we can even write the structure for, that is Haber structure for fructose. How we can write the Haber structure for fructose? By taking which as standard? By taking projection formula of the fructose as standard, we can write Haber structure. Now as you can see here, this is that cyclic ring. How many atoms are present over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is having pentagonal ring. So it is resembling the pentagonal ring like this structure. Here also it is having heteroatom. Now if you consider that glucose was able to resemble that is cyclic ring structure was able to resemble the pyron. Hence pyranose structure we got for glucose. In case of fructose, it is resembling furan. furan. Hence it is giving the structure of furanose, because that furan, these two cyclic structure are resembling furan, where they contain the same pentagonal ring with heteroatom oxygen atom. Hence they can be written in the form of Haber structure. They are also considered as furanose structure. In examination they can ask directly, that is, write the furanose structure for this fructose. So furanose structure is nothing but Haber structure. So we can write Haworth structure, or it is also called as what? It is also named as furanose. Furanose structure. Furanose structure. Now, once you consider this pentagonal ring, so we have to write the same pentagonal ring like this. Then you have to mention the bonds above the cyclic ring and below the cyclic ring, that is plane of the cyclic ring. And for another structure also we can mention the same pentagonal ring. Look over here. Now, once you compare this alpha form, here you can find this is that CH2OH which is present at 6th position. Here we have to start with that first carbon atom. First carbon atom. This is the second carbon atom. This third, fourth, fifth, and here it will be 6th. For the second carbon atom, CH2OH is on left hand side. Whichever the groups are present on left hand side in the projection formula or projection formula, here they are representing the same groups which are present above the plane of the ring. Now, in case of alpha D fructose, the left hand side groups are starting from CH2OH. So, very first we have to start with CH2OH, and next one is OH, and next one is H, and next it is nothing but H will be, we have to represent it below, and CH2OH will be lying above. CH2OH. Now this is that Haber structure for the alpha D plus fructose, where we have to fill the remaining places. So for CH2OH, which is that opposite one, OH. For OH, which is that opposite, H. For H, which is that opposite, OH. So now this is the complete Haber structure for fructose. Now you remember that order: CH2OH, OH, H, CH2OH. Next, this is representing alpha D minus fructose, that is Haber structure of alpha D minus fructose. And in case of beta D minus fructose, if I write the Haber structure or furanose structure, what you can start with? Here first position, that is second carbon atom, is attached with OH on left hand side in the projection formula. Then these groups comes above the plane in this pentagonal ring. We can start with OH, and of course remaining will be same as it is in case of previous structure. So that is OH, then H, and then this H, of course it will be lying below, and CH2 will be lying above, CH2OH. And these two structures here we can fill up opposite to OH. Here there is not H, you should remember it is CH2OH. For OH, H, for H, OH, isn't it? Now we can easily remember these Haber structures for alpha form of fructose as well as for beta form of fructose. Now it is clear for you, I think. So regarding the structure of fructose. So fructose is ketohexose, it is levorotatory, and it is resembling the D configuration of the glyceraldehyde. Hence it is given the name as D minus fructose. This is the open chain structure for the fructose, which is that functional group present in the fructose. It is ketonic group. In case of glucose, aldehydic group. Ketonic group always present at not at terminal, but it is present at second position. And these two representing cyclic ring structures for fructose. So they are represented by Fischer projection formulae. So here this ring represent hemiacetal because it is involving the linkage of two carbon atoms through the oxygen atom. So these cyclic structures can be represented with resemblance to that of furan. It is pentagonal ring which is containing heteroatom oxygen. Hence these two structures which resemble furan, the name of the structure is also called as furanose structure of fructose. Two types of furanose structures. One is furanose structure for alpha D minus fructose and the one is furanose structure for beta D minus fructose. That is regarding fructose. So now we can start with disaccharides. So what are disaccharides? These are saccharides which on hydrolysis gives 2 monosaccharide units. So which is that disaccharide we are going to start with? So that is sucrose. You know that sucrose is well known as cane sugar. So because we can extract this sucrose from cane itself, that is sugar cane. So even we can manufacture ethanol by the help of that mother liquor obtained after the manufacture of sugar from the cane sugar. Now if we start with that sucrose. So here sucrose is considered as disaccharide. What is its molecular formula actually? So molecular formula is represented as C12H22O11. So here 12 carbon atoms are there, 22 hydrogen atoms are there and 11 oxygen atoms are there. So why it is said to be disaccharide? Actually this sucrose is made up of 2 monosaccharide units. Which are those 2 monosaccharide units? One is glucose and the one is fructose. And here the sucrose is considered as dextrorotatory. So even though it is containing glucose and fructose, so alpha D glucose and beta D fructose, here as a total here that sucrose as a molecule is said to be dextrorotatory because it can rotate the plane polarizer light towards the clockwise direction or in right side. Now if you say that on hydrolysis what happens to the sucrose? When we treat this sucrose with water, sucrose, let me write the formula itself, that is C12H22O11. So this is when it is subjected for hydrolysis process, that is in the presence of acidic medium H+, you are going to get the formation of 2 monosaccharide units, separation of 2 monosaccharide units. One is glucose C6H12O6, even another one is also glucose C6H12O6. One is glucose and another one is fructose. Hence this sucrose is said to be having heterodisaccharide. It is named as heterodisaccharide because it contains different monosaccharide units. If it is containing same type of the monosaccharides means homodisaccharide. But since it is containing 2 different saccharide units, monosaccharide units, it is called as heterodisaccharide. And of course if you consider the structure for the sucrose, so you should remember the structure for both glucose and fructose. You have already learnt about structures of glucose and fructose. Even you have learnt about glucopyranose structure and fructofuranose structure. Here specifically you should remember what is that importance you should give for this. The 2 monosaccharide units, one is alpha D plus glucopyranose or glucose, another one is beta D minus fructose. Here it is alpha form and here with respect to fructose it is beta form. You should specific about whether it is alpha form or beta form. Now in case if you say this alpha D glucopyranose, so here I have written the structure, pyranose structure. Totally how many carbon atoms I have written here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. And last terminal carbon atom, of course 6 carbon atom is primary alcoholic group. And second, third, fourth are containing H and OH on either side of them. Here the linkage will be between 5th carbon atom and the 1st carbon atom to make cyclic ring, to make hemiacetal structure. Hence we can write that linkage between 1st carbon atom and the 5th carbon atom through the oxygen atom. Now we can easily guess here So here we can consider CH, H, OH, COH, H, H, OH and here H. So which is the groups which are present on the left hand side? As you can remember in even case of glucose unit, HHOH, HH. Now even you remember the same code what I have given for glucose, that is HHOH, HH. And here in case of fructose, so in case of fructose it will form pentagonal ring, cyclic ring. So here in glucose hexagonal ring, it is pentagonal ring. So first carbon atom is present to the side of the second carbon atom. This is the first carbon atom, second carbon atom, third, fourth, fifth and sixth carbon atom. Of course, sixth carbon atom is primary alcohol, CH2OH, and here as you can see here, CH2OH is on right hand side, OH is on left hand side of the second carbon. So it is definitely representing, if OH is on left hand side for the second carbon atom, then it is definitely representing beta form. Now you just observe it carefully. Here there will be linkage between two monosaccharide units through oxygen atom. It is named as glycosidic linkage. What is that name of the linkage? It is named as glycosidic linkage. So once you consider this glycosidic linkage, the linkage between two monosaccharide units or two saccharide units through oxygen atom is called as glycosidic linkage. So of course you can observe the terminal CHO group and the second carbonyl group of this fructose are actually involved in this glycosidic linkage. There are no free aldehydic group or free ketonic group here. Since there are no aldehydic group and ketonic group, it is absolutely considered as non-reducing sugar. Hence, this sucrose will be considered as it is non-reducing sugar. In case if they ask reason why sucrose is non-reducing sugar, then you should give the answer. Since sucrose does not containing free aldehydic group or free ketonic group, it is called as non-reducing sugar. Then once you observe this structure, that is the linkage between glucose and fructose, now we can go for giving the Haber structure for the glucose. You can write the Haber structure very easily by considering these two pyranose structure. So very first, this is hexagonal ring glucose and it is pentagonal ring. Now let me write very first hexagonal ring. And here oxygen atom you should write. And now you remember the same code what I told you before. What is that code for? Alpha D glucose. For alpha D glucose, D plus glucose, alpha D plus glucose, remember the code H, H, OH, H, and here you should write below H, and of course the last position there will be presence of CH2OH, opposite to H, OH, and here OH, and here H, and here OH. But of course now we should link this glucose unit to the fructose unit. Therefore, that linkage is possible because of this hydroxyl group. Now, this hydroxyl group will be involved in the linkage to the carbon atom of the fructose unit. As you can see here, it is linked to the second carbon atom here. Now, I can write that is pentagonal ring over here. here you remember beta form. In the beta form, CH2OH will be lying on the right hand side. Hence, we can write this CH2OH below. And here above the plane, we should mention OH and then H. So, I can write here OH and then H. OH and H. And of course, this H will be lying not above, it is lying below. And terminal, that CH2OH will be lying above. Now, we can remember in case of this fructose unit, these two CH2OH groups should be diagonally opposite with one another. Here CH2OH is lying below, here CH2OH is lying above. That you should remember very importantly. So, after that is OH, opposite is H, for H, opposite is OH. This is structure which is representing the structure of the Haworth structure of the glucose. Haworth structure. Sorry, not glucose, Haworth structure of sucrose. This is a very important structure that will be given in examination. If they ask for how write the Haworth structure for the sucrose, then you should remember these arrangements. So, I think it is quite easier to remember this order. Again, I will repeat it. First, you should write hexagonal ring. So, here you don't forget to write the oxygen. In the same position you should mention. And you should write pentagonal ring here. And you should mention oxygen here. Then, you should link these two. Carbon 1 of alpha D glucose linked to carbon 2 of the beta D. So, it is representing beta D minus fructose. Beta D minus fructose. And now you remember that order for this alpha D plus glucose. What is that order? H, H, OH, H and H below here. Then opposite to H, OH, opposite to OH, H, opposite to H, OH. And to this H terminal primary alcoholic group you should mention without fail. That is not OH, you should always mention it is CH2OH. And in case of this cyclic ring, it is representing beta. Hence CH2OH is attached to the second carbon atom lying below the plane of the ring. And then immediately you remember there will be OH above the plane. Then here it will be H. So, you will get confused at either to write OH in this position or in this position. You just remember, you start from giving the numbering from this side. This first, this is second, it is third. So, always in the third carbon atom, OH should be written above. Then it is easy to remember for you people to write this sequence. CH2OH, always opposite here it is H. That is in last carbon atom. So, CH2OH groups are diagonally opposite to one another. And even you can write another Haworth structure for the sucrose. That is also quite easier. You can select any one to write in examination. You can write the Haworth structure in either form. Now, instead of writing one below the another, now I will write adjacent to each other. First, let me write left hand side. I will write same hexagonal ring, that is alpha D glucose unit. Then another one is fructose unit. Now you write the bond lines. Then what you should remember, alpha D glucose unit, what is that code? Again you remember the same. Alpha D means H, H, OH, H and here H. And lastly you should remember CH2OH. Then opposite to H, OH. Of course it will be involved in linkage to the second carbon atom through the oxygen atom. So, here as you can consider same structure you remember here CH2OH. So, I will write it is of course second carbon atom here. When you twist this molecule, So one the lying below will go above. So you can write CH2OH. Therefore the next sequence will be, it will be same as it is here. So here H, then OH, then here you can write the same CH2OH lying below, CH2OH, and here we can write OH. So it is not OH, it should be H. Then it is H, it is OH. So for this H, opposite OH, OH opposite H. For H, opposite is OH. So you can write the Haber structure for sucrose as given here, or you can write the Haber structure of sucrose as given here. You can write it in either way. Any one you can select and you can practice well to write correct structure of the sucrose. So this is representing glycosidic linkage. When two saccharide units link together through oxygen atom, there will be loss of water molecule. Here you can consider OH. Here also one OH group was there initially before OH, and here OH. OH group and H combines together and there will be loss of water molecule. Hence what is remaining? Oxygen. Hence they can make the link through oxygen atom. So for making the glycosidic linkage, there will be loss of water molecule. So that is how we can represent the important Haber structure for the sucrose.